3-0 talk. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights. Come talk some Eagles with us. Let's go.
What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, no notes.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Slap.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the f*** are you talking about?
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. And every Wednesday, we are brought to you by Royal Billiard, the premier game room store of the Delaware Valley, stocked with the very best in pool tables, accessories, shuffleboards, card tables, dart supplies, bars, bar stools. Turn any ordinary room into an extraordinary gaming experience. Go check them out. 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, PA, or right on the web, royalbilliard.com. They're the best in the business. We're the best in the business. As always, Frank, Chrome, Greg, Ralphie. New to the program and the show is Blake. We'll talk to Blake here in a few. He'll be with us on Wednesdays. So we got a lot to go over tonight. We'll give you our locks of the week. We'll tell you where we're at, who sits in first place, who's in last. We'll get into that. We have fun with that at the end of the show. NFL Week 4 predictions. We go over all the games, and we give you our predictions throughout it, and then we tie in our locks to it. But that's not our main topic at hand. Our main topic at hand, Eagles, Commanders, Week 4 preview and predictions. Obviously, we just played on Monday night, right? So we're still, there's 48 hours away from it where we can circle back, talk about some things with the people out there, because obviously we want your comments, questions, concerns, and concerns ties right into our poll question. Brought to you by Gleason's Bar. They're located 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D and you get 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com is where you can find them. Our poll for this evening's show: you are concerned about Jalen Hurts' struggles to start the season. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Pound the like. Pound and subscribe. Turn your damn alerts on. And like I say every show, most importantly, let us know. Let us know. Comment in. Talk to us. We love answering your questions. This is tough, right? It's a tough poll. And I say that because if you go one side of it, you get attacked in this city. And I got a problem with it because we've always been
a hater.
Yeah, we've always been critical of things they need to be critical of. Now, concern and critical are different, right? When you're being critical of some things that you need to see cleaned up, it's different than being concerned about those things, okay? I feel like everybody's going to disagree to this. I feel like, and I'm trying to look in the chat, and there's some agrees, right? The first thing I saw was an agree from Devlin, okay? And I want to know where the people are going because I feel like the majority is going to be disagree. Now, I base my quarterback off of wins and losses at the end of the day because I don't care. I don't care how I win a Super Bowl. That being said, we do need to open our eyeballs here, okay? Because it hasn't been good enough. And there's been a standard set. He set his own standard. We didn't set that standard, okay? We didn't draft him expecting him to be the savior. His standard has been set by how good and great he's played. And how he showed us that growth through last year, right? I mean, we saw it. We just asked to win a playoff game. He went steps way beyond winning just a playoff game, okay? He took us to a Super Bowl. That's not easy to do, okay? Let's call it what it is. This isn't a good showing so far from him in terms of his play. Missed me on 3-0. I know all that. All I care about is wins, but we're talking about the quarterback. And nobody wants to talk about money. And I think people that don't want to bring money up are the people trying to defend something. You take everything away, he's got to be elite. He has to be elite. If you want to win a Super Bowl, it ain't this game managing. You got to be elite. You got to make enough elite plays. Now, am I concerned that that's going away? No, I'm just a little concerned about how he's played out the gates. He hasn't looked in rhythm. He hasn't looked comfortable. And there's 2 throws from the other night that rubbed me, man. They rubbed me the wrong way. That ball to DeAndre Swift's inexcusable. That's ridiculous, okay? That's what bad quarterbacks do. I don't want to hear about how much they – I don't want to hear none of that. You know what that play design is. That's a non-confident throw. That's what that is. There's confident throws and there's not. Now the ball for the touchdown pass, that's what I expect. That's hang in the pocket, deliver a strike. That's a phenomenal ball. So there's been moments where there's Jalen, and there's been moments where he hasn't been good, guys. And he's going to tell us that. So what's wrong with having some concerns about him? Do I think it's going to continue? I hope not. But you're asking me right now, does his concerns are we concerned about his struggles to start the year? If you're not, you're just not keeping it 100%. You got some kind of agenda in there because you're going to give me all the other stuff besides his play. Because I'll leave you guys with this. My time, all our times watching this freaking team, there's been guys crucified for a lot less. Now, I'm not talking about crucifying. There's been
number five.
So now all of a sudden, when a guy's not playing up to snuff, we're just going to give him a pass because we love him? I can love him all I want. I do love him. He's my quarterback. Okay? And he's everything I want in a quarterback. But his play early on has not been good enough. And if you're going to tell me it's good enough, then I need half that money back. There's my rant. So I agree. Concerning.
I'll go next. I agree as well to the poll. I know everybody out there in the social media world or the sports world continues to use, well, they haven't played preseason at all, and there was no preseason games this year. And well, it's about to be week 4. So how many more weeks are we going to say it? Since the season has started, how many more weeks can we keep on saying that phrase for Jalen Hurts and this football team? For Jalen, it's the fact that it seems like he's forcing it in and not letting the play come to him like he was doing last year. Obviously, that interception he had last Thursday against Minnesota, where he threw it into double coverage over the middle to Devonta. It was like one of those head scratches where you had Swift underneath, but it feels like he wanted that flashy or that special play a little bit to Devonta over the middle, which obviously has worked for him in the past. But sometimes, when you have more tape on you or more film on you, defenses, will show you one thing and then will come out into another thing as well. And I would say, Tommy, like you were talking about this Monday night, that ball over the middle for the touchdown is what we saw all last year from Jalen, where it was, okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna come back to my first read, and I'm just gonna lay it right in the breadbasket for you, and hopefully, and go score a touchdown on it. But for the concerns right now for Jalen Hurts, it's a little iffy, right? Because at the end of the day, Jalen is the guy that we gave this money to, right? And like Tommy said, you want him to take that next step. We paid him to be that elite quarterback that we saw last year. But there's moments right now where it's like, when he throws the ball, you're like, oh my God. And then it's a perfect pass. You're like, okay, Jesus Christ, thank God that was a great ball. Or there's some times where you're like, Jalen, just throw the ball. Just throw the ball and just get rid of it and not take the stupid, take the sack. So right now, there's a little concerns for me for Jalen. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree to the poll.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be a double whammy off the bat.
Yeah,
definitely not.
I'll go. Yeah, and I'll take it across the top. I'll take it across the top and agree as well. I mean, you look at even just the stats alone. He had 6 interceptions the entire year last year. He's already at 3. And we can honestly say only maybe one of them is warranted, like what we call a good interception, right? That one where the on Monday night, where at the corner of the end zone, right? That's where the defender made a really good play on a YOLO ball, and they got it, right? That's the only one that you'll kind of give him a pass with, try to make a play. But he doesn't look good. He doesn't look smooth. Right, all last year he looked like he was in control. He looked smooth, and he looked like he was seeing the field. This year, it just looks like that he's got tunnel vision again, and it's kind of And it is concerning. It's concerning because he's not seeing the field. I mean, I was there Monday night, and I was in the end zone, so it's kind of tough to see the whole field at times. But there's guys running wide open, and he's nowhere even near them. You know what I mean? Like the one play down the other end zone, Devonta Smith was wide open, and he's trying to force a ball into it, like you said, Ralphie, in the tight holes and tight spaces. It is concerning. However, we are 3-0, right? But there is a level of concern.
Yeah, right? There's concerns, but we're undefeated.
There are good things of what he's done. Obviously, the touch play, the sneak. We don't do that without him.
No,
right?
but we're not concerned about the Eagles.
Correct. I'm concerned about Jalen though. Even on his runs, he doesn't look decisive. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of okay with that though, because I don't want him running a lot. But when he did run last year, he was decisive. This year, he's like, yeah, if I run, then I'll slide, which I'm good with. But no, there are definitely concerns. So I'm going to also agree to the poll.
Yeah, and real quick about Brian Johnson and the play calling. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Now that's looking for excuses. Okay? It's looking for excuses. Like, you can tell when a quarterback trusts what he's doing on the football field constantly, right? We've watched enough football. So I hate to put it on a coordinator when that guy's checking himself into what he wants to check himself into. That's why you pay a guy $255, just to riddle people that. You pay a guy $255 because you're franchise quarterback and you trust his ass that much to get you into the right play call. All right? That's why you pay it. That's what the great ones do. And I believe Jalen is a grinder, a worker. And, I don't know if it's going to go on all year, but right now, yeah, that's why it is top row.
But even with that, Tom, Nick Sirianni's been here the whole time.
Yep.
So the head offensive guy has been here the whole time. Now, there is a little bit, there might be some growing pains with a new coordinator, but the head guy pushing down the system has been here the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, when we do that stuff, we look for excuses, right? Like Justin Fields, he stinks. It doesn't matter about his coaching right now. He stinks. Like, it's not a coaching problem. That's a player problem, right? So it's Zach Wilson stinks. So, and you can blame it on the coaches. Aaron Rodgers probably would put up 30 last week. So, it only goes so far. At the end of the day, as a coach, right, I can put my guys in situations to be successful. You got to go play, though. You got to play. Frank, what do you say?
There we go. All right. I disagree to the poll. While, yes, there has been some adjustments for Jalen. You don't have the preseason. Yes, there's also a coordinator. But, we paid Jalen Hurts to be that $255 million guy. But I'm starting to see those improvements from the first 2 weeks. The rust is finally coming off. Now, had he not had the flu-like symptoms, maybe he would have had a much better performance. But other than that, I'm not too worried with his struggles at the moment. But we'll see on Sunday. I think that, the flu-like symptoms, the rust, I think it'll be gone by then.
Hopefully. Wells, shut up. Wells, I love you, but shut up. All right, now you're leading the charge now. You're leading the charge. What are we worried about? We're about quarterback.
He's the conductor right now. He's the conductor.
He's a top 5 MVP guy. He should be a top. I'm sorry to riddle people this, but year in and year out, he needs to play like a top 7 quarterback in football. I'm not even saying top 3. I'm saying that every year I can mark it down that my guy's playing at a top 7 level. Right now, he's not. We're winning football games, so we're all good here. But when we don't win football games and he doesn't play well, what do we say then? Go ahead, Crum.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree to the poll as well, but I'm going to cautiously do it. And listen, it's not a surprise because I said last week, I'm leaving it open for next week. I could change my mind because I said I give 4 weeks.
Fair.
And that's the only thing with not having preseason. I'm going to give them 4 weeks with a new coordinator to figure it out. I have seen some progressions that have gotten better as he's gone along. I think his deep ball is getting better. And the one thing that encourages me is in a lot of the key moments, though, even if he hasn't had a great game, he's coming up with the big passes when you need them. So the fact that we're getting the big play when we need it, and he's being efficient with that, it's an encouraging sign for me that we're turning around now. I agree with you guys. There are some issues where, like, there was a ball, I think it was Dallas, where I think Dallas cut in and he threw the ball to the outside
Yeah.
They just kind of weren't on the same page. Some of the synchronicities not there, and I think that stuff's got to be hammered out. And again, I feel like we're getting a little slower than we would like to be, but I am seeing progressions week by week. I do think the running game is going to continue to allow that because it's going to alleviate some of the pressure. And listen, I mean, we mentioned the flu-like stuff. I'm not even going to bring that into the equation because Jalen didn't. Jalen didn't mention it beforehand, and he didn't use it as an excuse.
He's not an excuse-driven cat.
So,
that's why I love him.
Yeah, and so I kind of take that out of the equation. Was it a factor? Who knows? He didn't act like it was or it wasn't. So, at the end of the day, things have to be better. He seems to be in sync with Devonta, but we got to get it there with AJ a little bit more. And I thought that progressed a little bit this week. The one thing I am putting on the coordinator is we're still doing these 2-yard routes with Dallas Goedert. And again, I think that affects it because then when he does go for 4 or 5 yard routes like that one, Jalen's expected him to cut out over by the hash marks and he's cutting inside. Ball's completely thrown away from him. It looked like he was throwing it to nobody. So we're getting there. I will revisit this after week 4, but as of today, I've seen enough of a progression moving forward to say that I'm going to disagree this week.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, it's fair. It's fair with the caveat. Right. Like you just gave, if you're just like not concerned at all and you're not worried and, whatever, you think it's all going to work itself out, maybe I'm like, all right, it's not right now. Right. Like, yeah, there was a little bit of an improvement last week, Monday, right. Like a little bit. But at the end of the day, we can't talk about if it's new guys out there, then I'm all for out of sync. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, goodness gracious. You play with Devonta for 45 years. You know what I mean? You better be in sync, right? AJ's your boy. I mean, you're the godfather of his daughter. I mean, you better be in sync, babe. So Dallas you played with for 3 freaking years. You better be in sync. I mean, so if there's new guys, I get it. There's too much firepower here, right? We've watched quarterbacks do more with less, right? Our standard was set last year. There's way too much firepower for this offense to not be explosive like we know it can be. That's my only problem. I think everything else has been good. These haven't been explosive, and they haven't been consistent in the passing game. That's it. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. But there's too much chemistry here for the chemistry talk to me. That's why, like, I won't. I'll give it 4 weeks because it's 4 weeks. I get it. You break the season into quarters. It's a big week coming up after a Monday night win. Really good defense coming to town, whatever the case may be, right? But if you don't play well Sunday, God forbid, and we lose that football game, like, people are going to be fired up. So,
I look at it too. I look at this week as a benchmark too, and it's not just that it's splitting into quarters. Although you're right, that's kind of how I look at it when I look at the first 4 weeks of the season. This is the team that knocked you off last year when you were undefeated in your house. So it's an opportunity, kind of like we looked at, can Jalen go into Tampa Bay and kind of resurrect those demons, right? Lost 2 games in Tampa Bay, including a playoff game. And I thought he, for the most part, him and the team showed up this week, right? So now create more billboard material for yourself. Jalen's a motivated guy. Motivate yourself again. This team should have still been undefeated last year. You guys blew it in that second half of the game last year. Come back, show them who's the big dog in the division, and start getting stuff right. Like, I think there's opportunities too with this defense, although their defensive front is really strong. I think in the passing game, they have opportunities here to continue to progress. They're definitely talent-wise a major mismatch, in my opinion, for the secondary for whatever their name is this week.
Yeah. Blake, what do you say?
Whatever their name is.
No, I mean, I definitely, kind of like on the fence about this because, like, I'm kind of like in the middle with it. Like, I don't really agree. I don't really disagree with, like the concerns with Jalen, like maybe how some of you feel and some of you don't feel. And I just feel that if he keeps just, progressing and keeps doing what he's doing and, and doesn't let, any of those small, narratives or just, just anything that, people that think that might be a concern. I don't really see it a concern. And I think eventually, I think he's just still, it's early in the season. I think he's still like trying to, feeling it out and just, I just feel as the season goes on, I think he's just going to get better as the season progresses. Because again, these guys didn't play in the preseason, and I still think they're shaking off the rust as well. But you got to look at it this way too. I mean, we're 3-0. I mean, it could be worse. We could be 2-1 or 1-2. So I mean, some of the wins have looked ugly, but I'll take it. Wins are hard to come by in this league, as we all well know. And I think Jalen will shake this off, and I think as the season goes on, he's going to be eventually show why he was the runner-up in the MVP to Patrick Mahomes last season.
Yeah, defense is where I think we all sort of are in a different way, right? You know what I mean? Like we're all like we're not in full panic mode. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? And like I said, his work ethic and the things he does, I would assume he's going to get better. Now, to Nathan's point, Nathan, like I don't even know what that means. Like in reality, our defense held a team to 99 yards going into the fourth quarter last week. I mean, are we going to start looking at this like we're supposed to? I mean, you got arguably the best defense in football roaming around, right? They're shutting teams down. They're 3-and-out in the whole country. All right, you're getting the ball back. You're pounding the football. He hasn't had the opportunity to cost us a game. I'm not telling you he will. I'm just saying, like, don't play that game with me with a million exclamation marks. Like, he hasn't had the opportunity to. And in reality, you throw 2 picks in a football game. If you don't take the football away, you might cost us the game. So I'll just riddle you this. If Washington don't turn the football over, and we turn the football over 2 or 3 times Sunday, that's not going to age well. So come on. He's turned the ball over 5 times in 3 games. That is not good. If you do the math through the season, you're going to talk about like he's Dak, right? We're going to start talking like he's Dak. You turn the football over at that kind of rate. Are we okay around this city? You cannot turn the football over at that rate at the quarterback position and expect to keep winning unless you're winning despite of you. And I tell you this, I didn't pay a guy to win despite of him. I'm not telling you it's going to continue. I'm saying if it does, right? If that does, that's not good. You're not going to win a playoff game if you're turning the football over 2 or 3 times. You're just not. The harder it is, the deeper in this season, the harder it gets. I'm not telling you guys he will. I'm just being honest and open about what we've watched up to this point and say, well, if God forbid that continued, are we going to have the same? Are we going to sit here and be like, it's cool?
Well, I think so. How I take the comment below is more of he's specific on like Joe Burrow. I'm looking at it as, and there are some really established quarterbacks who are off to really slow starts this year. The offense seems to be really down, with the exception of Miami, who's blowing everybody's doors off. The offense seems to be really down. Like Cincinnati, I know Joe Burrow's probably been playing hurt. Let's be real. But even despite that, like just he doesn't seem in sync at all with his wide receivers. And Josh Allen's had his struggles. He's always kind of been a little bit of a hot and cold turnover machine, but a lot of these guys are kind of struggling a little bit. And even if it's not at the end of the game, Jalen hasn't really had that like momentum changing turnover that a lot of these guys seem to be having. And I guess it's a reason why I feel a little bit like, okay, it could be bad, but it's not quite as bad as we're seeing with some of these other guys. So that's how I read that. And it doesn't mean that there's not a reason to be concerned, but I do look, watching a lot of these other teams, there are some established quarterbacks that seem to have some real struggles early on, and it's a little bit unusual.
Well, I think defense is, it's been a league where, a lot of people are spreading people out. And I think defenses are obviously game planning better for that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean it always works, right? But I would assume that through an all season, a lot of teams game plan better for that kind of stuff. And I think that could be another reason why the Eagles, and the way they've gone about the first 3 games of running the football at this kind of rate, is another reason why you keep putting it in the belly, is because I think teams are more built now to stop you from throwing the football than they are to be able to stop you from running the football. I just think that's what teams, I'm not telling you you don't draft guys to stop the run. I'm just saying I think it's become such a passing league and explosive plays that teams are trying to build their rosters to stop that. So that could be one of the reasons on why, some of that stuff looks down this year early on until offenses start to figure it back out on their end. You know what I mean? But I don't really care about other quarterbacks like Devlin says. I care about what's in house. He's got to just play better. That's all. Like, I'm all good with 3-0. Nobody's complaining. I think that's what gets missed in when these types of conversations is, oh, well, you're not happy. Oh, I'm extremely happy. I'm super excited. 3-0, and we haven't played our best football. Yeah, we haven't played our best football. I mean, our job is to talk and dissect. That's our job. So
3-0, and sometimes you look like a shit football team.
I promise people this from day one, that this is no agenda radio. This is not, there ain't an agenda here. I love the guy. But if you know that guy's going to hold himself to a standard, why can't we? That's what I miss. Like, that standard was raised. I talked about that at the beginning. His bar was raised by him. So once you raise your bar, there's a standard to be set here. You set it. So there's a standard that you need to match or come close to on a yearly basis. And if you don't, every other player in this city gets smoked over that stuff. I'm not even telling you we smoke them. I'm just telling you, let's be fair. Let's be fair. This isn't like, oh, he's young. All that's over now. Mm-hmm. It's over. This is your football team, and rightfully so. You earned that. But it's what have you done for me lately, Lig?
I will make one point. So we've seen this show before when we had Carson Wentz, and a lot of people gave Carson Wentz a lot more passes for a lot of years, and we're 3 games in, and people are getting overly concerned with the Jalen Hurts show already. And I think that's where I start to question, not us, I'm just saying in general, when you see people, the agenda board starts to come out and you start putting the pins in and putting all the, the yarn there to piece it all together. And I do think that's a little bit comical that people are going overboard already with Jalen. When we saw the Carson Wentz show, and you talk about a turnover machine right after that, I mean, it's a little hypocritical with that. But, I don't disagree with anything you guys are saying. I mean, there's a conversation to be had, all right? And it's okay to have the conversation. And it's like you guys said, though, nobody's complaining. You're 3-0, and guess what? It doesn't matter if you win scratching across the finish line each game, or if you put 70 up and blow somebody out by 50 points. Guess what? At the end of the day, it all counts for one thing. One tally in the win column.
One shiny
Don't
win.
matter. Don't matter how you do it.
No, it doesn't. But these types of things come back and bite you down the road.
The only thing I will say, and this is why I really have to judge it after this week, schedule is going to get harder in the second half. So this is the time to get it turned around, and we can't keep inching our way to turning it around. Like this week, I would like to see a significant turnaround in the passing game, because then I'm going to start worrying as we get closer to the second half of the schedule. Now, obviously, the Jets game is kind of flip-flopped for what we thought would be one of the turning points of the schedule to maybe a little bit of a breather, knock on wood. But overall,
so is the Rams game though too, right? The Rams came out and are a little bit better team than everyone probably thought they were too.
Well, true. I've been high on the Rams though. I actually looked at that game as a little bit, but regardless, we got to start really putting the pedal to the metal in the passing game now, because we can't continue to stumble up and when we hit that tough stretch in the back half of the schedule. All those divisional games, all those playoff teams we're going to be playing. We have Miami. It's going to be a really tough second half of the schedule.
Yeah, Martian, I think we've all been the voice of reason. I just think that, I think what people take out of that's not like the voice of reason is when people are hard on a guy or expect more from a guy. That is a voice of reason. If you're on your rookie deal, babe, I'm good with it. The second you go into that money, the second that kicks in, the second you sign that deal, you're signing that deal to go win and win championships. Okay? Win championships. Just getting back to the Super Bowl is all cute and stuff. We're trying to win Super Bowls here. Right? That's what we're trying to do. We are built to win Super Bowls right now. Not 3 years, right now. That's when we're built to win one. Right this minute. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go as the quarterback goes, and he's a winner. So at the end of the day, he wins. He finds ways to win football games. He's always been a winner. But when you play the likes of some of the teams that you might have to face in the playoffs, you got to be playing like a top 5 MVP candidate.
Do you know why
Have
this?
to.
Do you know why this conversation's okay to have? Like, it's okay, and it doesn't mean that you're, you're not grateful or this and that, or you don't believe in somebody. Because Jalen Hurts makes it okay. Because Jalen Hurts is just as critical on more critical on himself than any of us would ever be, and that's the difference between him and Carson Wentz, right? You couldn't have those conversations about Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz was soft between the ears. He already thought he was there. Jalen could be there and he'll still work because he'll never believe he's at the best that he could possibly be, which is why it's okay to have a conversation about things that he's struggling on, because whatever we're thinking of, I'm sure is already crossing through his mind. He's already watching the game tape on it.
For sure.
And it's okay to have those conversations and not say, oh, now everybody's turning on Carson or Jalen Hurts and, everybody's falling off the bandwagon. No, it's not true at all. It's a fair conversation to have. And anything we mentioned, I guarantee you Jalen's already had a conversation internally or with somebody about it.
Yeah, no, before you go, Jesse, I think Hurts doesn't get the leeway because of AJ, Devontae, and Dallas and the best line in football. That's the point, right? That's the point. There isn't leeway. It's win, and which they've done. You know what I mean? Which they've done. So when you're critical or you're concerned or any of those things, you're not talking, like I said on Monday, Greg, you're not talking about Kevin Cobb. You know what I mean? You're not talking about like, oh, they bring in the backup. Let's go to Mary. We're not talking about that. So that's not even in the conversation. It's just, hey, we need you to play better. That's all. No, are you concerned about Jalen Hurts?
Yes and no. I mean, I am concerned about the turnovers. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, you guys alluded to when the schedule gets tougher, especially what Chrome was saying in the second half of the season. I mean, look, we're going to be playing the Bills, the Niners, and Dallas. I forget what order, but I'll tell you what, you know, as much as I hate the Cowboys, you turn it over the way we have the first 3 weeks, there's 3 L's right there if we turn it over at that rate. You know, you're not going to get away with those kind of mistakes that we've been making the first 3 weeks. However, I am encouraged with the way we've moved the football between the 20s. All right, we've been moving that ball up and down the fucking field. But one thing we have not been doing on a consistent basis is scoring in the red zone. I mean, that's a concern for me, and the turnovers are a concern for me. I think, and to be honest, on the offensive line, a little concerned with the pass protection at times. They're doing great with, they're doing great paving holes for DeAndre Swift. I mean, Swift has looked great at the tailback position once again. But, our ability to run the football, excellent. Our ability to stop the run, excellent. We're moving the ball between the 20s, no problem. But, yeah, you have to be able to score in the red zone. And against tougher competition, you better be able to capitalize there. And to not be able to punch it in, that's not acceptable. You have to score touchdowns in this league, and you have to hold on to the ball. But I mean, I think we still have time to clean that up, but the time is now. And you're right. If we keep turning it over, it's going to be an early playoff exit. That's what I'm worried about. So we really got to get that cleaned up.
I'm with you on the red zone. That is where I'm concerned, but I put part of that on play calling. I haven't liked the play calling in the red zone at all. I feel like once they get down to with inside the 20, it's been really weird play calling, and I haven't liked that. A lot of the stuff I put on what, like you said, Tom, with Jalen, I have not liked the red zone play calling from week 1. And that's something this team had a strength of last year. You have that big body wide receiver, you have that big body tight end, and you have the guy that can go up and make plays in Devontae. There's no reason that this team should be as inefficient as they are in the red zone. And that concerns me a lot.
No, and it should be. right? Your red zone, like Noah said, your turnovers. I mean, those things that if they don't concern you a little bit, like, we're not watching the same game. Now, we always talk about trends, right? Don't let.
But one thing I did love, how about that 9-minute and 22-second drive to close the game?
Yeah, that's what great football teams do. So,
Yeah,
to circle back,
quite nice.
reel it all in, it's a great football team. Okay? Like, it's a great football team. So let's get away from the individual players for a second and explain how good this football team is, and they're proving that because they're winning games different ways. This defense is elite, and both these lines are elite. So when you have those types of things in place, and you have the right coaching staff and all the things that go with it, and guys who just want to win, you're seeing the results of that. You got great leadership, veteran leadership. Younger guys are playing at a high level. I mean, it's everything you want. It's everything you want in a football team. And this team is, you look around the league, I don't know if anybody is as stacked up as this football team is. I really don't know. But we're going to do our score predictions for Sunday's game, preview that a little bit. Game that's not on prime time. No prime time this
I
week.
think one of the three that we have at 1 p.m. this year.
Hopefully the stream is working this week.
Right? And we want your predictions, an offensive, defensive player of the game. We'll give you ours, and that's a chance for you to win. Nobody won last week, so what are we up to, 200?
Yes.
Wow,
Yep.
It's 200 if somebody gets it right. Jamal, I do think Carter will win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Molly, what's up, brother?
What up, Maul? You got a Washington team that got embarrassed a little bit last week. It's never good. And you got a team coming off a Monday night win. So those two things are never – it's not ideal.
843.5. 843.5.
Wow.
And Sam Howell was sacked 9 times this week. That's
9.
9 times.
Ed had 4 picks.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Hey, when is our second matchup with the Commanders?
Like
9 till later.
10.
Yeah, 9 till later in the year.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I don't think Ron Rivera will be there at that game.
He might not be.
They started hot.
It's a Washington team.
2-0.
It's a Washington team that plays us, plays us well, I feel like.
They do. Yeah.
They always play us tough. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know if they score a lot on us. That's the point. Like, our defense is so good. This is where you.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, watching it Monday night live, like it was.
And the
just,
offensive line
stupid.
obviously is not that great because, like I said, they gave up 9 sacks last week. That offensive line did, and Sam threw for 4 picks. So,
let me go 27-17 Eagles. I don't know if this offense gets going or not, like in the passing game. 27-17. I think it's going to be like what we've watched so far. I think it's going to be very similar to what we watched the first 3 weeks, which is okay when you go to 4-0.
yeah,
We'll survive. Right?
Yeah.
We'll survive. We'll come up with controversial poll questions to get people riled up, but we will survive. 27-17 Eagles, maybe a late field goal to cover. Like they're it's what they do. They go on what great football teams do. They go on those drives when you know it's coming and you still can't stop it. That's always fun. So I see one of those drives coming up 7 late or up 3 late, whatever it is, right? To go up 10 and get the cover. When we circle back, we'll go offense, and then we'll circle back again and go defense. So what do you guys got?
I'll go next. Obviously, like we were talking about, Sam Howell got sacked 9 times last week through 4 picks. That offensive line for Washington is not that great. I hope that we could get to 9 sacks. That'll be pretty fun. That'll be awesome.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And it'll be awesome to have Hassan Reddick to have a little bit of a pulse now. 4 weeks into the NFL season. But I'm gonna go Birds win 28-10 at home.
28.
No Carton.
70-20.
Milk carton.
Just shy.
Oh man.
70-20.
28-10. Birds win this Sunday.
28-10. A lot of big scores getting tossed around. I like it, Joe. We love that.
Crum, you want to go next?
Yeah, I got 27-13 Birds. I think they win it pretty handily, but I'm not sure that, like Tom said, I'm not sure if the offensive explosiveness is going to happen this week or not. So I'm a little hesitant until I see it to put them over 30 again, because I have them over 30 every week. So I'll be a little more mindful and go 27-13, but I think they win this game handily.
Fellas, this isn't even going to be close. Forget the Commanders 2-0 start. They're more like the team that played against Buffalo.
There
All right, they stink out loud. They're going to stink out loud at the link. And the Philadelphia Eagles, how about a 40 burger?
Oh God.
How about a
it's good
40
omen. I'm
burger?
going
How about
to the game this
60
week, and they usually
minutes?
blow teams out.
How about 60 minutes of complete annihilation? Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this football game 41-10.
Nice.
I hope so, buddy.
All right. Hell yeah.
And most
41-10.
importantly,
Yeah.
That team just got
Most
embarrassed at home. Oh, I love you to death. That team just got embarrassed at home. You think they don't put up any
they're going
fight?
to get it, and they're going to get embarrassed on the road.
Okay.
It's going to be it'll be a common theme for them this year.
A little double dip for
And
Washington.
the
I don't know.
Philadelphia
Washington all of a
Eagles,
sudden stinks to know, right? Like Washington has a really good defensive line. They're not like this. They're not. This isn't a bad team coming into town. They always play us tough, and you got a roll job. I love you. Oh God.
Go ahead, Blake. What you got?
God, Blake. Yeah, please.
Yeah, guys, I think this game is
41-10.
I don't know if not that I don't think it would be a blowout, but I think it'll be a convincing win, but I don't think it's going to be like when you watch it, it's going to be as convincing as you might think, because I think coming off Monday night, I think anytime a team comes off a Monday night game, they always seem to struggle early on and maybe throughout this, if they got to come back play early on a Sunday. I mean, not always, but I could see the Eagles really not say struggle, but still play convincingly. But you kind of wonder at the end, you're like, yeah, they won, but it's it didn't feel like it. I think it's going to be one of those type games. Every time they play Washington too, they always play them. Washington always plays us tough. So, it always could go either way, but I still got the Eagles winning. I got them winning. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think I'm going to go Eagles 21, Washington 16.
No. Yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about next week.
I'm not happy about that one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
But they do win. They do win.
That's all that matters.
But it's
Frankie? Yeah. Frankie?
For me, I think this is going to be a game where we'll finally see, Jalen and this offense come together. I mean, going with last week, Washington, Sam Howell got sacked so many times. I'm gonna give this a win for the Eagles. Give me 30-10.
30-10. Okay. All right. A lot of tens. A lot of tens.
A lot of tens.
I had a 10. Noah had a 10. And Frank has a 10.
I love the tens. I think our defense is that good, right? We've watched it. It's not just like Tom thinks that. We all think that. But that's the facts, man. They are, woo.
Yeah, that defensive line is something else, dude. Especially when Jordan and Carter played together. When Davis and Carter play together up front. Oh my God. That safety Monday night with both of them and at the same time. Oh my God.
They killed him. Nolan Smith.
He held up three guys.
Nolan Smith murdered. Nolan Smith had a sighting. He's been seen more than a side.
Dude, and the fact that Jalen Carter drops in coverage when he realizes I can't get to Baker and he forces a fumble. It's like, oh my God, we never had that before. Defensive lineman.
And you also take a look at that little push at the end from Sidney Brown after one of the plays.
That was a good play too. You're right. The ball was a bad ball probably, but it was still a good play on it, right? The Mike Evans, you're right. This defense has been special. Listen,
yes, it has.
Ralphie, we're right again. You know what I mean? And I hate circling back on how right we are on these shows and on draft coverage. There's certain guys here that aren't never right. But for the most part, we're right. And at the end of the day, people didn't like the pick, right? Oh, he can't. Remember, he can't rush the quarterback. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. I tell him, yes, he can. Yes, he can. Give it time. Give it time.
It's just funny now that everybody's like, well, this was the best player in the draft. This was the best player in the draft.
Oh, I'm not talking about Jalen. I'm talking about Jordan Davis.
Okay.
That Jalen. We knew how good Jalen was,
Yeah.
right? But Jordan Davis was the one where people are like, Hamilton's the pick.
He's 26.
Yeah, he's 26. At the end of the day, the reason Georgia's defense was better than the 85 Bears was because of that guy.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't even run the football. So how are you establishing anything when you can't run it? Think about that. Like, if you can't run it at all, and teams can make you one-dimensional, and we don't have to load the box because the box is loaded with a man-child. We're watching it. We're watching Georgia's defense, and I hate saying it because it sounds cliche, but we're literally watching Georgia's defense right here in front of us. That same style.
It is disgusting when teams try to run up the middle when Jordan Davis is in the game, and it just completely gets shut down. It's insane, dude.
One arm just grabbing guys.
Oh, that play was amazing.
Yeah.
It literally looked like you were watching like a college team play some high school kids in a scrimmage. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's a freshman. Like, they're not even playing the varsity.
It was like Icebox and Little Giants. You know what I mean? He's just way out of their league. You know what I mean?
Oh, what a special. What a special human being he is. Howie right again. Now he's right again. He was only wrong on Reagor so far. He's right on Milton Williams too. Yeah. I mean, he didn't even get the fist pump.
No fist pump. You know,
what, Donahue? Was that who it was?
I forget who it was.
Yeah, he didn't get Donahue. Yeah,
he didn't get the fist pump. He's like, I don't like this pick. No one went all over the field. No one went all over the field. So, I mean,
31-17 for me.
31-17. I didn't think we got to it. So now we got to go to offense, right?
Oh, yeah, offensive player of the game.
Well, I asked for it to be the quarterback.
Don.
What up, Don? I asked for it to be the quarterback last week. It was not the quarterback, obviously. Man, this is tough. And it shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be tough. Give me my son. Let me go back to the well. Give me Devontae. He goes for 10, 120 and a touch.
I think my offensive player of the game, obviously to the poll question today, was about Jalen Hurts and his struggles. I think he gets it right this week and goes back to the old form. Give me Jalen Hurts, player of the game. I'm gonna ride Jalen this week. Pause. Not like that though. You know
ride him, baby. I'll ride him like Brandon Marsh rode the bull last night.
Just gonna go for Jalen this week.
What a fun team.
Oh yeah, they're the best. Oh, and don't take that for granted either, right? Like I said that to my pops last night. Like, the celebration, it's a wild card. Like, you don't take that stuff for granted. Like I made sure if I got the little guy down that I went back and I tried to soak it in, right? Yeah. Because we've been doing shows forever, right, boys? Like we tried to talk Phillies and it was like, oh my God. We were talking about
Aaron Ruff at first base.
Yeah, maybe it's 35. Maybe it's 35.
Baby Ruth.
Yep.
Grady Sizemore. Remember Grady Sizemore?
Oh, I love me.
Maybe he can find a fountain of youth here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
that's a good looking man too.
Yeah,
Grady Sizemore.
But
you're talking like Peter Borges.
It feels good. It feels good to be back in the dance.
Even worse.
And it feels good when you have a team that, these types of personalities, right? In the clubhouse you have, and that's all they talk about. So don't want to get off track, but just soak that stuff in. That's all. Soak in winning. Winning's fun. All right.
Michael Young. Good job, Joseph.
Michael Young.
Can he just be the Texas
so
Rangers?
How about Delman Young?
He was oh my God, Delman Young. That dude raked, except for when he got here.
Right here.
The Young brothers. Remember Dimitri? Not that he was here, but Dimitri and Delman.
Would have taken Dimitri. Shit. Back then, I would have taken Dimitri in a heartbeat.
I know. I wish I had Dimitri.
I love it.
Player of the game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to say. I think Swift will have a good game. I don't know that he's going to be with that defensive front they have to replicate the last two. Give me AJ on this one. AJ's due for a real big, like a 2-tutty game. So I'm going to go AJ close to 100 yards, if not 100 yards, with 2 tutties.
The
That's
Bills
awesome.
did run for 170 on them.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not
I'll
like
say
they
this.
can't.
I'll say this, Craig. After last week, I came on here and I said he has to throw the football extremely well,
Yeah.
right? And that this rush defense was arguably at the time the best in football.
One of the best.
Hold my beer. Now we're the best rush defense in football. I don't even know where they rank now. So I'm the last guy to say, oh, look at this front. It's going to be hard to run it. Like, I can't even say it with a straight face anymore. I agree with you, Crow. I agree with you, but it's like, I can't even say it.
I was telling the people around him, he ran for 170. I would have taken 70 from him.
Dude, he
I would have taken 70 at a tutty and be like, great job, DeAndre.
Dude, the RPO
on top of me.
The RPO mixed in with a great offensive line with a guy who just
is killing teams.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Except sure you
are. And yes, we are the top rushing defense in the league right now.
Yes, sir.
Allowing 48.3 yards. The next team rushed for 52 yards, and that's Cleveland.
They're elite when you watch them too.
They're good too.
That defense is.
Well, they just held. What they did to Derrick Henry this week is disgusting. I think he averaged like 1.2 yards per game on the ground this week for Derrick Henry.
They drafted well there. They really did.
Did you see that clip of Myles Garrett just going back and forth?
Yeah, and they had the tight end follow him. They had the tight ends following him the whole entire time.
When it comes to opponent yards, we are fourth at allowing 3 yards per rush. Tennessee still up top with 2.6, followed by Cleveland, 2.8, 2.9, Seattle. And Tampa Bay dropped from the top 10 down to 17th.
Yeah, enjoy that. No offensive player of the game. Everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You know what?
Heck yeah.
I predicted 41-10. So in order for that to happen, Jalen Hurts has to have a big ball game. Give me Jalen Hurts. I think he throws three touchdown passes and throws for over 350 yards. I think we really turn it around here. And most importantly, I'm predicting no turnovers this Sunday.
I like that talk.
That'd be a big win. Blake, hold your offensive player of the game for 1 second. We got to take a real fast commercial timeout here. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. I got to get this stuff off the screen. We will be right back in 30 seconds.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
Welcome back. A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. We are brought to you by Royal Billiard. Go check them out. Colmar, PA. Blake, you are up. Offensive player of the game this Sunday.
Yeah, like I said, because obviously I picked 21-16. So I think it's going to be more, like I said, more of the same. With the running game. I think this week, last week, the last 2 weeks, star player's been DeAndre Swift. I think this week we're going to see a lot of Kenny Gainwell, and I think he'll still mix it up with DeAndre, but I think Gainwell will have a little bit more touches this week. I'm thinking maybe 17 carries, maybe not 100, but like close to it, maybe 92 yards, and then Swift gets the rest. But I'm going to go with Kenny Gainwell this week as my offensive player.
Kenny G. Frank, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert. We're starting to see him getting more involved in the offense. I think we'll probably see more of that. Give me Dallas. And I think he gets a tutty at some point during the game.
He needs one.
Tutty talk. Rashad Penny.
Rashad Penny.
It works. We're 3-0 in it, so we gotta keep rolling.
Fair enough.
All right, defensive player.
There really was no one left out there. I know it could double.
You could have gone with Olamide Zaccheaus.
I could have 20 plus 2,800.
Would have.
Why can't I get that tip? right? I get like the over tip on a Monday night game. Why can't I get? Hey, take Z to score the first touchdown for 2,800.
Right. Defense. You want to go up front in a way, but I don't know. I haven't really been getting to the quarterback. Give me Fletcher Cox with two sacks here. Give me Fletcher. It's easy to take the other guy. I'm trying to leave some guys for you guys.
I think he's probably gonna wear 2 socks too.
I would think. Maybe. I don't know
That's
how
a
he
player's
goes.
Fletcher Cox. He's going to get 2 socks. Will he do it on a box? Will he do it with a fox?
Probably the Fox is my guess.
I don't know if he can get up on a box anymore. That's a lot of human being.
Maybe do it with some salmon and some lux. I don't know.
Oh,
Greg, who was your defensive player of the game last week? Was it Reed?
I think it was Reed.
He got a pick last week. Hey now.
Hey, bold prediction talk. Hey.
I love it. I'm gonna stay in the secondary. I'm gonna go Darius Slay with an interception this week.
I like it.
I like that one too.
I'm going Josh Sweat. 2 sacks, gets to the quarterback, shakes up that line.
Nice. Good pick.
Yeah.
I'm going with the easy one. Give me Jalen Carter.
Of course. I love
You know what? He'll do what was it? Myles Garrett did last week. You know what? Give me 3 sacks for Jalen Carter.
All right.
About 3 sacks. We'll throw another forced fumble in there. And
Maybe he takes it back for 6, right?
you know what? For fun, why not? Why
He's
stop
got to score
there?
41 points. We got to get there somehow, right?
Right.
We
I
need a
mean,
defensive or a
yeah, I
special
think
teams.
Mr. Carter gets a scoop and score.
Okay.
Blake.
So
Yeah, I'm going to go
Yes.
with.
Enders suck.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hassan Reddick. I think this is the game where I think he finally breaks out a little bit. I think the defense breaks out a little bit. And I think I'm gonna give him. I got 2 sacks for Reddick.
Good one. Milk carton game.
Yeah, another guy, we've been waiting on, right? Another guy we've been talking about, waiting to break out here, and he just hasn't.
Yeah, and I think his him getting that thumb surgery he had to get right before the start of the season. I think even though he says it hasn't affected him, I think it has affected him a little bit. I mean, he's the type of guy that's not going to come out publicly and say, "Oh, this is what's preventing me from getting to point A to point B." But I think as the season goes on, I think he's going to get stronger, and I think eventually, starting this Sunday, you're going to start to see visions of the Sam Reddick of old, and I think he starts out, like I said, with a couple double-digit sacks.
Would love to see it.
Yeah.
We can use it.
Don't tease me with a good time.
All right, so we gave our players of the game.
Frank.
Frank didn't go. Sorry.
Or me.
Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once.
I hear you.
Let's see. Yeah, let me go with Jordan Davis as my player of the game on the defense.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel a certain way about skipping you right there for a second. Love the pick. It's on me.
For anyone concerned, Flyers lost in preseason action today.
Oh, again?
Give me my guy Reed. Give me Reed.
Nice. Got a pick last week.
Another pick. That'll be nice.
Yeah, all great picks. Everybody's got us winning again. So, I have us going to 4-0. What's your confidence level in the win? Everybody, we know what Noah's is. Everybody feel really good?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Really
Sky fucking high.
Just weird. Washington's always weird. I feel like it goes one of 2 ways. You roll them or you're in a dogfight.
No, you're right.
And that's why I was saying earlier that that's why as much as I like to say I want to see him smoke because I do, but I just think, when, like you said, Tom, when it comes to Eagles Washington, it could go one of two ways. You could smoke them, or it could be like what I predicted. I think it's going to be closer to what people think. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, or we could rewatch what we did last year and not beat them.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I'm going to be there. I don't want to see that.
That would not be a good time. Yeah, you're going to be there. You would not enjoy that one bit. All right, let's get through our slate of games here.
All righty, let's do it. So Frank, let's pull.
How we looking after last week, Frank?
Covey was a little frisky the other night, and I liked it. Covey's been frisky recently, and I'm liking it.
First time in his career, he didn't run into anybody, which was pretty sweet.
He had a couple little elusive moves last week. It was like, okay, this guy.
That one he called over his shoulder, that was the end zone I was in. I'm like, Brett, what are you doing? What are you doing, Brett? Okay, let's go. Let's go.
I didn't get the binoculars at one point. I thought that was Devin back there. I was like, Devin Hester? Is that you?
I noticed. Well, speaking of Devin, they activated. Devin Allen was there. Was that the first game he was activated too?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
His practice squad reps really coming in handy for Covey right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what they said on the broadcast too. He's like, yeah, Nick Sirianni's been putting him on the practice squad to the active squad and back down the practice squad. So hopefully, the little seesaw effect keeps on going for him. Playing pretty good.
The Eagles' career leaders in punt return average minimum 30 returns. Westbrook won a little over 12 yards. Brian Mitchell around 11, a little over 11. Sproles a little bit over 11, and then Britton Covey, 10.79. So
look at that! Wow.
Yeah, interesting, right? So it's gotten
It
better.
doesn't even feel like it. It's pretty crazy. It does not. To be completely honest, it does not feel like 10 yards every time.
Not last year.
No, not last year.
No, this year does feel better. This year it's like, okay, you know how to make a guy miss? Cool. Didn't know you knew how to do that. So that is definitely a positive because that part of football is important. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it really is. I think we can all say this. Something I remember, coming in at the beginning of the year, and I think a lot of people, not on this show, but just in like general, their concerns were like, I don't know if our special teams are going to be any good, right? And I was like, relax, dude. We got a great kicker, right? Like you got a guy who catches the ball. He just runs into people, but he catches the ball, which is the biggest thing you want is just don't make a mistake. Yeah. So, I think the special team's been great, honestly. If Jake Elliott's great, the whole special teams is great. It usually works like that. Like if he's kicking great, then it's like, okay, and we're not fumbling footballs and we're not giving up explosive plays. And like, what else do you want from a special teams? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just tackle, right? Tackle. I don't need you to create fumble. It doesn't matter, right? Just make the open field tackle and don't put a ball on the turf. And if you're not doing those things, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
Special teams wise. I don't need like 5 blocks. I'll take 5 pump blocks and all that fun stuff, but it's not like it doesn't matter when your team's just loaded as long as you're just solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my thought. I didn't know. So let's go through the slate.
All right, Frank, we got the records up and ready to roll for next week.
Oh, yes. Oh, God bless America, because we have not one but 2 El Skunkos from last week. One, Mr. Milakovic, went a embarrassing 0-4, which also included a parlay bet that didn't go well. And also picking Denver to take the 6.5 to get that 6.5 points.
Only missed it by that much.
Had Washington also.
Yeah, that much. And of course, Greg's little touchdown parlay did not hit for another week.
Damn, we're gonna hit one of those. You're gonna hit one.
Yep. And our second big El Skunko of the week, Tom, went winless.
Oh man!
And also locking in for Colorado plus 21, bringing him to a beautiful 0-5 for the week, dropping down from 6-2 to 6-7.
That's
happens
right.
quick.
That's what happens when you dabble a little bit more than 2 games a week.
Yeah, some people are soft with this stuff, and other guys, really put their feet in the water.
We're aggressive, Tom. I'm in with you.
Yeah.
Get aggressive.
Yeah, I'm going to guarantee you a lot of shit. I got a lot of
And
locks.
then
I hit a little college football parlay on Saturday, little 6-legger.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And Ralph, you dingus, you didn't give me your locks.
Yeah, that was my fault.
And only and 2 people only came out of this week with winning records from their picks. Ryan went 2-1.
Nice.
And yours truly went 3-2.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. Crum, were you on last week?
He was on last week.
Yeah, I was on.
What did
I
Crum
do
go
last week?
You did. You went 2-3.
Was he not on last week?
No,
2 and 3. I did 2 and 3 last week. I was on. I did 2 and 3.
You went.
Oh yeah, you were. Cause I remember. Okay, yeah, I know. Now I know why you were on.
So
okay,
there's.
yeah.
I
You were on
mean,
last week.
I'm not going to give records because everybody's either at 500 or below 500.
All right.
Good
Here we go. Locks of the week starts tomorrow night. Divisional game. Lions at Green Bay. Lions are favored by 1.5. Over under is 45.5.
Oh man, Lions are
Give me the
favored.
Lions. Yeah, by 1.5.
Give me Green Bay in this game.
And it's at Lambeau.
Yeah, but it ain't cold yet.
Give me Detroit. Frank, lock me in. Detroit money line, please.
Uh-oh. Dude, just take the 1.5. Take the juice, bro.
I'm not taking the 1.5. You're crazy.
You
I'm not doing
scared?
that. Yeah, I am.
Scare money.
You're crazy. Like you're asking him to take 6. You're crazy, Greg. What are you?
Yeah, I know.
It's 1.5.
I don't care. Give me
The
give me
juice
money
you're paying
line.
for the money line ain't worth
I'll
it.
sweat. What do you mean?
He'll sweat.
That's like somebody used like a lime for like a Corona, and then they're like, "Here, just use the same lime I just had. Just get a little bit of juice out of it instead of going for the whole
I'm going
enchilada."
Money line.
Yeah, give me the Lions, no lock.
I too will take the Lions. No lock.
Yeah, mine's not a lock either, but I'll take the Packers.
Or you took Green Bay. Okay.
Give me the Packers getting a big win at home.
Nice.
Shoot.
Both the teams
And
are
Don
2-1,
is now
right?
upset.
Yep.
Yes, both teams are 2-1.
You know what? I'm going to stay with where I've been, right? Like, I think if I remember correctly, that I like the Packers coming into this year a little bit more than everybody else. Not here, just in general, like the national side of things. I thought Jordan Love was better than I think people were giving him credit for. And until the Packers missed on a quarterback, I was going to assume they hit again. Right? Like, so until he shows he can't play, I'm going to assume he can. That's a big win last week, man.
Yeah.
I know the Saints gave that game away a little bit too. I get it. Carr gets hurt. That's a big drive, a big win. That helps a team like that. You know what? I think they beat Detroit, and I'm going to lock it. Screw it. Let's go over again.
Nice.
No, I
Would
like
that
your
be the
thinking,
money
Tom.
line or the spread?
Yeah, I don't.
He's taking the points.
Give me the points.
I
don't even mess
I'm
with
with
this. We got guys on this. We got to put some asterisks around here too. Like the what should never be counted is anything outside of locking a game. Lock a game. We're locking picks. We're locking things that, in reality, the value isn't the same as locking a game on the point spread. When you lock a game on the point spread, that money differential is different than you saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take the money line." You don't make it.
What do you want me to do?
I'm not using you. We got guys on here to talk about. I'm going to guarantee a guy throws a pick. What do we do? Guy throws a pick. What's the line on that? Is it plus money? Is it minus money? That needs to be known. Because if that's like minus 180 for a guy to throw a pick, that's not the same value.
Player props. Are you talking?
Yeah, the player props.
Yeah,
We got no value on it. I'm not saying guys can't do it. We need to know the value because that lock might not hold as much weight as locking a team giving fucking 4 points. You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
Because that pick could be minus 170. So you ain't winning no money.
Yep.
So
Frank,
I think we need to dive a little deeper.
I'm going to lock the Packers in here too. I feel like this is the Jordan Love coming out party here.
Let's
Big
go.
divisional
You're gonna
win.
take the
Let's
1.5.
go. I'm with you.
Let's go, Chrome.
Money
Let's
line,
go.
or you're going to take the 1.5?
No, I'll take the 1.5.
You don't want to do the money line?
Jesus, Ralph.
Ralph, he doesn't want to do the money line.
Sorry.
Graham, you sure you're on the money?
All right, next
When I
game
actually
is...
bet it, I might take the money line.
Noah and Blake didn't go.
Oh. No, who'd you take?
We've been
Lions
here
or
before.
Packers?
I went the Packers.
Nice.
Yeah, he said the Packers, Noah.
No, I'm sorry.
They still remember last year's Lions visit to Green Bay. I think the Packers are looking for a little revenge there.
What do you got, Blake?
Yeah, so looking at it could go either way, but I think for tomorrow night, I think I like Detroit in this one. Not a lock, but I think Detroit pulls it out though. It'll be a close game though.
All right. Everybody go, right?
Yes.
All right. Next game is the London game, a.k.a. the Toy Story game for everybody.
Oh, I
out
can't
there
wait for the
wants to
Toy
watch
Story game,
the
baby.
Toy Story game. Of Falcons, and well, it's the London game, so it's Falcons, Jags. Jaguars are favored by 3. Over under for this one is 43.5.
Give me the Jags -3. Lock it in. They love playing overseas. They got embarrassed last week. They're coming to play.
Yeah, give me the Jags.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jacksonville as well.
I'm going to go Atlanta, no lock here.
I'm going to take
I'm
Jacksonville.
going to go with. No, sorry, Frank.
I am going to take Jacksonville.
Nice.
Locking that in.
No lock.
I'm
No.
taking the Jaguars. Lock it in. They desperately need a win here. They looked very bad against Houston last week. I think they turn it around.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in the Falcons one bit.
Yeah, I also like Jacksonville as well.
All right. Next game is another divisional game. Dolphins at Buffalo. Buffalo is favored by 3. Over under for this one is 53.5.
Miami, lock it in.
Buffalo, lock it.
Means Miami's going to blow them out by 38 points.
And the line's just strange to me, though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
got
a weird line.
they're both coming off of wins, but Miami obviously coming off of 70. They're obviously not doing that
Get that
again,
one.
right?
No.
Get out of here. Miami's losing this football game. You can write it down, book it somewhere, lock it the hell in, Frank, that Miami's losing this football game. Bills win. Bills win. Bills win. One, because it's just ebb and flow. It's nothing to do with
Fins
Miami.
up, baby.
Yeah,
Fins
this has
up. Let's
nothing to
go.
do with Miami because I think they're friggin' loaded, right? So this has nothing to do with Miami. It's just ebb and flow talk, right? It is really hard to score 70 and go in meetings and try, you know what I mean, and get better that week.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to meet yourself somewhere in the middle. They ain't going to average 70 a week, for the whole season. So I think this is a week where, I don't say their offense slows down, but Buffalo's clicking too. This could be a big time shootout. But give me the Bills. Lock it in.
Frank,
we
give
gotta
me
see-
give me the over in this one to lock. 53.5, please.
I mean, they may have Waddle back by 2 for this week, and Miami always plays Buffalo tough.
Oh, I know.
They almost beat them. They almost beat them last year with their 3rd string quarterback, to get into the playoffs.
Who'd you pick, Chrome?
Oh, I
Of course
locked
he's
in
got
Miami. The points.
Noah, who you taking? Dolphins at Buffalo.
You know what? Give me the Dolphins. They win it in overtime, and I
Nice.
think this is going to be a very high scoring game. I think the Dolphins win it. I'm going to go
43-3.
70 to 60.
No. I said overtime. Kind of hard to win by 40 in OT. I don't know, unless there's a 40-point touchdown that I'm missing here. I think the Dolphins. I don't think they score 70 again, but I think they put Give me 40 to 34.
Nice.
That's a high scoring game.
Blake, what are we
that's
thinking?
Yeah, I agree with him as well. That I think it's going to be pretty high scoring, and I think Miami wins too. I don't think it goes overtime. I think it'll be pretty high scoring. So I like Miami in this one.
All right, Frank, you go.
I will take Miami.
All right, Greg.
Oh, I got the Bills, baby.
Okay. All right, next game.
Lock City.
Pittsburgh at Houston. Pittsburgh is favored by 3. Over under for this one is 41.5.
Give me Houston. No lock.
CJ's been playing well, but I don't know what he does against a TJ Watt type of guy, right? TJ Watt.
Give me
defense.
Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh. You said
Give me
TJ
Houston,
Watt.
no. Give me Houston.
Okay.
Plus the 3.
All right.
I can
All
still
right.
lose and get it.
Yeah, give
No
me
lock.
Houston too. I'll take Houston as well.
Wait,
Not locking anything, but
No lock?
no
No,
lock.
just Houston.
Okay.
Noah, what
I'm
we
going to
thinking?
take
Frank, go
Pittsburgh.
ahead.
No lock.
All right. Go ahead, Noah.
Give me the Steelers.
Nice. Blake, what are we thinking?
Pittsburgh, Houston, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's favored by 3.
Where's it at? It's in Houston, right?
In
Yes.
Houston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I think as much as I like to see, like, you know, I like to see Pittsburgh wins, I think I'm going to go with upset. I think Houston pulls it out this week.
All right.
But though it'll be close, probably like by a field goal.
All right. Next game. Rams at the Colts. Colts are favored by 1.5. Over under is 46.5.
That must be Richardson's playing.
Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams too. Lock that one in for me.
And I will also take the Rams as well.
I'm sorry. Is this game? Where is it at?
At Indianapolis.
In Indy.
Colts are favored by 1.5.
Yeah. Give me the Colts in OT.
Oh, wow. 2 OT games this week. Okay. All right. Blake, what are we thinking?
Rams, Colts, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to I like the Rams in this one. I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right. You got all that, Frank. You're good to go. All right. Next game. Minnesota at Carolina. 0-3 Minnesota, that is. Favored by 4. Over under is 45.5.
Bryce Young, I think, is playing again.
Yeah,
So,
he was a
give me
full. He was a full go today in practice. Bryce
Give
Young
me
was.
Minnesota. They got to win sometime.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Greg. Minnesota, no lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Minnesota here. No lock.
And it hasn't been Kirk Cousins' fault, by the way.
No, he's played well.
Yeah,
Actually
really
played
well.
pretty well this year.
That defense is just that was their main problem going into the season anyway. Was their defense? Defense also lost a lot of key players this year.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, Carolina stinks, but give me Carolina.
I
Noah
will.
or Frank?
I will take Minnesota.
All right, Noah.
Of course, the Vikings can go to 0-4. Give me the Panthers.
Nice.
And I think the Vikings might be in for a rough ride this year, thanks to their poor defense.
Blake.
Yeah, I agree with Noah as well that, you know, the Vikings have started out 0-3, and I don't think it's going to get any better this week. And I like Carolina as well. I mean, like you guys said, like, I think Bryce Young hopefully will play. So, yeah, I think Minnesota goes to 0-4. I like Carolina in this game.
Is Kirk Cousins going to be a Jet by the end of the week? We'll see. We'll see. Man, oh, man. All right, next game, another divisional game this week. Buccaneers at Saints. Saints are favored by 3. Over under is 40.5.
I like Tampa in this game. I think overall they played fairly well, all things considered, with Baker. And Saints seem like they just can't put points on the board, even if Carr's behind snap. I mean, they just struggle to score points. It's field goal city. Give me Tampa.
Yeah. Do we know Carr's status right now?
No, I do not know, but they are anticipating him not to play Sunday because of the AC joint.
Yeah, it sounded like
Crab legs.
At least a week.
What I saw would be the next man up.
What I saw earlier is they were looking at him more as week to week instead of day to day. So I think that he could miss multiple weeks for that.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston sucks. Give me the Buck.
Dynamite analyzing.
Yeah, give me the Bucks as well.
All right, Blake.
Who the Bucks playing again?
The Saints at New Orleans.
Saints at New Orleans. Yeah, give me the Bucks. I think they bounce back this week.
All right.
I know everybody's gonna go with the Bucks, but just to make it different, and only I can do this. You see this? This is W. Give me the Saints.
Jameis Winston. Now, the game that we've all been waiting for these past weeks now.
Oh, my
God. Toilet Bowl game. Denver versus Chicago at Soldier Field. Denver is favored by 3.5. Over-under is 46.
Denver
lock
it.
Toilet Bowl game.
Denver
lock it. Denver lock it.
Denver, yeah.
What's the spread for Denver?
3.
It's 3.5.
They're favored by 3, right?
Yes, 3. Yeah. Yes, favored by 3.5. Yes.
I think Denver wins the game, but the Bears cover.
Of course you do.
Yeah, the
I'm not locking. There's no way in hell I'm locking that. By the way,
the Toilet Bowl. Why is this not the Toy Story game?
Yeah.
God damn.
People are gonna need a reason to watch it.
Yeah, that's the reason, right? Somebody tune in. Jeez.
I rather watch worse things, and I've seen worse things. Give me Denver, give me the under on this one at 46. I'm locking it.
All right. Noah, did you go?
No, not yet. Let's see. You know what? I don't think John Elway is coming out of retirement. You know what? Give me the Bears in an upset.
There we go.
All right.
Neither is Jim McMahon.
We're Rex.
Yeah, I hear you. And
Jay Cutler.
or William the Refrigerator Perry, or
Blake, what you got?
George Blanda.
Yeah, after what happened last week with Denver, I just don't see it getting any better for him as well. And I like Chicago in this one. I think they're going to go in and smack them around. I mean, not too bad, but just enough to embarrass them. And Denver goes to 0. Where are they now? 0-3 now, so they'll be 0-4.
Yeah, both teams
so they'll be
0-3
0-4 after this weekend.
Yeah, there's Russell Wilson bad, and then there's Justin Fields bad. Okay, and it is what it is.
Quarterback.
It is what it is. The dude flat out stinks. All right, in 2021, he told you that the game was slow for him, as he got sacked 9 times. Okay, that's the guy we're dealing with right now.
And now he's worried about the little things.
Yeah,
he wants to enjoy the little things in life.
Yeah, shut the frig up, Justin. You did too much talking. Okay.
Yeah.
So you stink. You're a product of the system, and it's not an Ohio State thing. Some guys can play, some can't. CJ Stroud can play, right?
Like you can break the mold.
You can see that in college. He would anticipate throws, right? He would anticipate guys coming open. When you watch Justin Fields, everything had to be open, right? And you can get away with that in college when you're that skilled, right? When you're that good of an athlete.
when you're playing University of Buffalo every week, yeah.
So, I mean, the guy stinks. He's not going to get better. It has nothing to do with the organization. It has everything to do with the player.
I just want to see the narrative, just roll on of.
I just want to see a guy complete over 3.4 yards per attempt. How about that?
I'm talking about.
Where you start talking about drama.
I'm talking about Denver. Like the whole Sean Payton thing. I would love to see that start 0-4.
Sean Payton's a piece of shit.
Oh, no
talk
question.
about a dude that comes out and he wants to talk about the culture last year and then goes out and gets his doors blown off by 70-20. I just want to see it keep rolling. And honestly, Russell hasn't been great, but he hasn't been bad this year. He's on
a flake, though. He's a flake. So when you find out a guy's true color, it's hard for guys on the team. This is where the Jalen conversation circles back, right? When a guy just cares about winning more than anything else, you're going to get guys around you,
right,
to be in that fight, right, with you. When you're flakish a little bit, and maybe you're not a leader, right? Whatever, things can go south. But at the end of the day, Sean Payton needs to put some bounties out, because that's the only way they're going to win some games outside.
But I think that's where the difference is this year, is that you have seen him use his legs and do some of the things that he did in Seattle to win, right? It's been a little bit more about making the effort on the field to win. A lot of the issues have been the defense. They were supposed to be one of the top defenses. He's supposed to be one of the most brilliant defensive minds, and they just gave up 70 points. Like, their issues are going well beyond Russell Wilson at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, nobody's going to.
And I just want to see it keep rolling downhill on Sean Payton.
Yeah, I got no problem with that either, Cromer. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't hate to see it.
I mean, at that point, you got to question, did you hire the wrong guy if Justin Fields beats you this week?
2 years in a row, they're looking at that.
Yep.
Sean Payton will be back with Fox real quick.
I don't know about real quick. He's got a lot of guaranteed money.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys this. I want to get your guys' take on this. Since we're talking about this whole Sean Payton thing. Now, I was reading the story, I don't know if it was this week, last week, or whatever it was, about how Mike McDaniels, the Dolphins coach, used to be one of the ball boys for Denver, and supposedly when that open position was open for that vacant head coaching job, they never gave him an interview. And I know he won't admit it publicly, but you always have to wonder that game was personal for him, and 100%. He was just taking it to him just to take it to him when normally, you ease up in those situations if you're up pretty big, but he didn't seem like he was trying to ease up.
Well, they kind of did, though. Like, they tried to run the football, and everybody just quit. There was a play they showed on TV today. There were 6 defenders on the ground. 6 defenders on the ground at the same time during an active play. Like, they just quit. That was the bottom. I mean, they tried to run the football. I mean, Mostert and Achane had a monster games. And honestly, they could have broke that record at 72 points. They took a knee. They needed out in basically the whole fourth quarter. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you stop throwing the ball, you start running the football, and then even then your defense just doesn't care that they're letting guys just run right through you. It's a joke.
No, that was a joke. It really was.
All right, next game, Baltimore at Cleveland. Cleveland is favored by 2.5. Over under for this one is 40.5.
Cleveland
coming off that win against Tennessee last week.
Lamar looks bad.
And then Baltimore are coming off that loss to, and Baltimore's coming off that loss to the Colts.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cleveland here. Even if Deshaun's not up to par, the defense is so good.
No, they are.
Yeah, give me the Browns.
Cleveland's
I think the Browns win by double digits here.
Blake?
Yeah, give me Cleveland.
All right. Frank?
Cleveland.
Nice.
Yeah, Cleveland.
All right. Last 1:00 game for Sunday is Cincinnati at Tennessee. Cincinnati is favored by 2.5. Over under is 41.
What is Tennessee?
Yeah, what is that again, Ralph? Give me that one again.
Cincinnati at Tennessee. Cincinnati is favored by 2.5. Over under is 41.
I'm taking Cincinnati with the spread.
And I'm pretty sure Tennessee only scored 3 points last week with that loss to Cleveland. Yeah, they lost 27-3 last week to Cleveland.
27-3. Yeah, give me him.
I'm gonna take Tennessee on this. Burrow's still banged up.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Give me Tennessee too. It's a tough one, right?
Thing is, Tennessee struggles to put points up against good defenses, and one thing Cincinnati does have a good defense. So I got to go Cincinnati here. I could see why you would take Tennessee, but they really do struggle to put points up on good defenses.
No, they do. They absolutely do.
Give me Cincy.
Everybody go.
Yes.
Nah, I'm sorry. Give me the Bengals.
All right.
Yeah, who the Bengals playing again? I'm sorry.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, give me the Bengals this week.
All right. So the 4:00 game to start is the Raiders at Chargers. Chargers are favored by 5.5. Over under for this one is 48.5. Lock me in for the Chargers with this one. Frank with the 5.5, please.
Chargers lock.
See, I picked the Chargers, but I feel like team falls apart in the second half, even when they win games. It's so hard.
Typical Charger stuff, right? Typical Charger stuff.
It's hard for me to lock them in on any points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna timidly pick the Chargers in this game, but I can see them.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers. I guess the Chargers.
I will take San Diego.
All right.
Give me the Chargers, please.
All right. Like, who you picking? Raiders, Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers this week. I like Justin Herbert this week.
All right. Next 4:00 game is New England at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 6.5. Over under is 43.5.
Who Dallas playing?
New England.
Give me Dallas.
I'm taking Dallas with the 6.5. I think they're going to play a little bit pissed off after getting upset by Jonathan Gannon.
Give me the Pats plus the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Pats with the points too.
All right. Noah?
It pains me to do this, but I'm taking Dallas.
All right.
I think I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, that's a lot for you, babe. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it could be they could win 14 games, and you're gonna find losses. So I know how hard that is for you.
Yeah, no,
Dallas wins.
I don't know. The Patriots, they're looking a little rough. Yeah, because I think the Cowboys win it, and I think they win it by double digits.
All right. Blake?
Yeah, as much as I like to say that Cowboys will probably win, but I'm not going to pick the Cowboys. I'm going with the Patriots. So, Patriots.
All right.
I think the Cowboys win, but I have a feeling the Patriots cover. Their defense is good. Like, that's the one thing. You can't discredit their defense.
All right.
Well, the Jets' defense was good, too, and they gave up 30 to Dallas.
Yeah, but not every good defense is going to do that to Dallas.
Yeah.
Arizona's defense is not good, and look how many points they put up on them.
16.
Any given Sunday.
Yep. Last 4:00 game of Sunday is Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco is favored by 14. Over under is 45.5.
I'm gonna take San Francisco, and I'm gonna lock in the 14.
Wow.
I think they're gonna win this game by 30.
Jeez.
I'll take San
Arizona
Francisco
blew their
lock.
load last week.
And that's a worthy team to blow it on, so I'm good.
Pause.
Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals to cover. I don't have any. any basis on it besides I hate Kyle Shanahan. So
Yes.
I hate Jonathan Gannon too, but hate Kyle Shanahan probably more.
Go ahead, Frank.
Give me
What?
San Fran.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I
What
wouldn't
the-
have guessed that either. They hate Shanahan more than Gannon.
Yeah, it's just he's been in my crawl for too long.
That's
you know,
true.
Gannon only got a short period of time for me to dislike him. You know what I mean?
True.
So it was short lived.
Did a pretty good job in that short time, though.
Oh, we're not saying he didn't, but the defense is better right now. Could have told you that.
Yeah.
Could have told you that. We talk about talent wins at this level, baby. You know what I mean? Talent wins. You just got to put your players in positions to be successful. At the end of the day, I say this a million times. Everybody knows what everybody runs. And ain't no freaking secret. You don't get into a weekend with a bunch of secrets, right? It's who's going to execute those non-secrets. That's the difference between winning and losing. We make these guys into be X and O geniuses. Yeah, there's guys who can really draw it up, right? No question about it on both sides. But you got the best play call design in the world, right? If your guys don't execute it, you look like a moron, right?
Yeah.
You're the one crucified. Hey, I don't know what he's doing, right? And then there's Kyle Shanahan, who got his paws right on the biggest Super Bowl collapse of all time. It's on him.
On him.
28-3.
Guy wanted
28-3.
Guy wanted to throw the ball. Mr. Runner wanted to throw the ball. All right. All right, let's not do this. It's getting late.
I know.
Kyle
We got two
Shanahan's
more-
a jackass.
We
He's a
got 2 more
jackass.
games left.
And they're so good, but he's a loser. No, I have no concern about seeing San Francisco in an NFC title game again. I got no concern to the point where I'll travel out there. I'll play them in Alcatraz. All right? That's how confident I am about beating the San Francisco 49ers. I don't care who your quarterback is because your coach is going to find a way. He's going to find a way. Loser.
I love
Longest
it.
yard 2 over here.
Yep.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Cardinals and
Let's
an upset.
go. Oh, wow. Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go. Cardinal up.
Cardinals money line, baby.
Oh,
Mortgage down. Put the mortgage on it.
Hold on. Let me see what that is real quick. Hold on. Let me see what that is.
Right now
Continue.
on FanDuel, it's plus 610.
Oh, wow.
Plus 610.
And hey, Ralph, is the game at San Francisco
Yes, it is. Yep.
or Santa Clara or wherever the fuck they play?
Yeah,
Yes.
that doesn't matter because that's like they're traveling far, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like, they're not
they
traveling.
talk about it. You know, I love it. They talk about their fans. Yeah, the Niner fans talk about hooligans. Jesus, it's like every other week I see, you know, a video on social media of them beating the shit out of each other in the stands. Fucking morons.
No, you're right. Yo, so plus 625. All right. And $25 would pay 181. Right.
All right.
50 gives you a 362. Now, Noah's so confident. He go honey. You go honey cut at 725.
Damn.
So, dude,
Jeez.
if you put a K on him, that's $7,200.
Holy
Now,
shit.
takes money to make money, right? You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
if somebody really put 1,000 on there, you should punch yourself square in the dick. But
Betting
You
on,
wanna
on
throw
a
it-
big game by Josh Dobbs over there.
you want to go throw a 20 spot? Pays you 145. You know, why not?
Yeah.
Put him in a par. You put him in a T, not a teaser, but you put him in like a 3-game parlay. Oh, I'm sure that payout's good. You know what?
Hell yeah.
Let's do that right now.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well put the Cardinals, the Patriots, and the Bears on a parlay. There you go.
Oh, man, that would be.
So we got 2 games left, which is the Sunday night game. Kansas City at the Jets. Kansas City is favored by 9.5. Over under is 42.5.
Kansas City.
How is Kansas City only a 9.5 point favorite in that game?
They're
Lock
you a
in
lot.
Kansas City.
They're on the road.
Tells you a lot there. You know what? I can't.
Zach
believe I'm about to
Wilson,
go
baby.
Do this. I can't
You
wait.
doing it? Are you doing it?
I'm doing
Don't do it.
I'm doing it. Lock me up on the Jetties at the 9. Give me the 9. That line's weird, Chrome.
It is.
You said it yourself.
It is.
That line doesn't make me. That line is almost making you take Kansas City.
Yes.
It's begging the better. Now, I'm wrong all the time with this shit. But to me, it looks like it's begging the better to take the jump on the KC. Why are we not? You kidding me? Why are we not? Then we get a dogfight. Jets lose. Jets aren't winning this football game, but
Might as well throw them in the parlay with Noah.
I almost want Zach Wilson to have like a good week.
Yeah.
You know, like I know, like, all joking aside, like Aaron Rodgers talks really highly of him. If you listen to him talk about him at all, like you almost root for the kid.
And because he's a good kid too, right?
He's not an asshole. He's in the market he's in. There's so much. We think there's pressure here. Oh, that's why I love people. Like Philly fans are the worst. You ever get up to New York? You kidding me? Now you got more animals all trapped in so close together. So you got all these animals trapped in that close. Oh.
All money lines. If you did a 4-game parlay of the Jets, Arizona, New England, and Chicago, that's plus 25,587.
What's a 5-piece?
A $10 bet pays $2,558. I'm tempted to do it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's do this.
It's a lottery ticket, baby.
Let's do this all as a family, right? We all got a Finsky. Everybody's got a 5 here, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got a 5?
Yeah.
Right? And listen, we don't have to do it. If you don't got the 5, you just say, no, I'm out. But I'm in for a 5.
I'm doing it.
I'm in. Ralphie's in for...
Throw me on a 5 for that.
Come on, Cromer. Put us all in for 5ers. We'll get it over.
I'll throw a 5er in there.
There's another 5er.
Yeah, I'll throw a 5er in there.
Let's go, Blake. Another 5er.
25, right?
Yeah, 25,
Ralph,
yeah.
Tommy, me, Blake gets 20. Chrome's got 5. 25.
What's 25?
That's 40. If we all did it, that pays $10,234.84.
Bahamas.
Gonna get the Big Daddy a lap dance. Who's paying for the Big Daddy lap dances? The parlay is for Noah.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
You might never see Noah's money. We got to hope for a win. We're never seeing that fight.
Yeah.
That's going to get like FedExed over to you. You know what I mean? There's no way that's a digital currency going on over there. No shot.
Why is my lunch meat got a $5 bill in it?
Dude, that's a monster. I can't believe I'm cheering on the Bears like this to set the party started, but goodness gracious, let's go.
Let's go.
Great. I'm so
Let's get 10 grand, baby.
There's no shot that happens.
No shot.
But I'll risk $5 for it.
Oh,
it's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, the NFL's crazy. What's $5 for that?
It's a scratch off.
It's well worth it. You probably got a better chance at this than you do the scratch off in this league.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So the big one is the big one's got to be Arizona, right? Like,
Yeah.
watch, it's going to hit Arizona. The other 3 won't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, with JG, will say Happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday.
Rick.
He's a
Last
loser.
game of week 4 is Monday Night Football in New York. Seattle versus the Giants. Giants are favored by 1.5. Over under is 47.5.
I just want to hate Seattle. You know what I mean? Like I hate the face of Seattle. I don't know why.
Pete Carroll,
Yeah,
Geno
like,
Smith.
I don't know why, but they're good. They're good.
They win.
They win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big Pete Carroll guy, but his players love him.
And he wins.
What's the line on that?
1.5 Giants. Giants are favored by
giving.
1.5.
Giants
Yeah.
win, yeah.
I'm gonna lock in Seattle on this one.
I'm sorry, where's it at?
In New York.
Give me the Giants.
Saquon playing?
No, he's out. He's out again, I think.
Give me the Giants, I guess. No lock or anything. Just
I will take Seattle. No lock.
Given the Giants have had a few days extra rest, correct? Coming off the Thursday nighter.
Yes.
Be
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, give me the Giants.
And that's the games of the week. All done.
And Greg, what's your special parlay?
Yep, I got you. We got Jay Jetta hasn't scored yet. He's getting in there. Alvin Kamara back this week. AJ Brown, I missed him last week. We're gonna get him this week. And give me a little puka. Give me a little puka.
Little pook. Little polka doke.
A little puka. So that's a plus 21-23. A little puka action.
Good. That's solid.
You just let me know. If you really want me to put that in, I'll put it in on Friday.
Yes, please put it in. I'll send you the 5 after the show.
Put it in. No, great show, guys. Great
Absolutely.
show. Another big week, right?
Can't believe it's week 4 already. It's crazy.
You know what's another one we should do real quick? Maybe try it out like a week. Maybe we switch it up. Like this is our one this week. Maybe next week everybody picks an anytime touchdown score.
Yeah, and we like put it together.
And every week just everybody picks. Find something like a prop bet or pick
all
a
right.
game.
We'll do that.
We should do that.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it.
You mean play one each week or put them together for a parlay?
I'm saying everybody picks something. We put it together for a parlay.
Oh, that's tough. But I like it. I'm in. I like to dabble.
He says it's tough. You're the best. You're the best. As you rattle off your own every fucking time. You rattle off your own every time. You say, "Oh, that's a lot. That's
one. How many have I hit?"
None. But we got a better chance. We all keeping it at a minimum, right? I think we all help. We stay out of each other's ways. You know what I mean? So if we all pick one, we're all smart enough guys to hopefully hit one. Now, can we all hit it on the same week? If we do, Bahamas!
Hello.
Live from the Atlantis Resort. You're listening to A2D Radio.
I love it.
Hey guys, I wanted to take this time as well to thank you for being very welcoming to me on this first show. Had a nice time and can't wait to do it again next week as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, enjoy the welcome now because it goes away quick.
I know.
Absolutely.
On the Suns, Don, what do you talk about? The Phoenix Suns, Donnie? What, to win it all? I mean, they did get themselves a bench.
People still watch the NBA?
Here we go.
Here we go.
I guess Giannis is staying in Milwaukee now, huh?
At this
I
year
guess
with
he's
Milwaukee,
staying.
there might be no point in watching it.
Stephen A. Smith, Dave would have rather gone to Miami.
Yeah, thanks. No,
Yeah,
who
no
won
shit.
it?
Who doesn't want to go to South Beach?
We'll leave the show with this.
No taxes.
If I'm Daryl Morey right now, all right, I got to do everything in my power to acquire Drew Holiday. I have to do whatever I can to acquire. You want to compete with him? It's right there. It's right there for you.
Yo, and they're willing to move them. They are willing to move
Absolutely.
them.
They got 47 million guards. So guess who's going to Portland? Guess who is going to Portland? I'll tell you.
Yo,
The biggest loser.
The money matches up.
The second biggest loser in sports.
Yep.
James Harden. Go to Portland. You want to be a jerk off? You want to be a perennial loser? Go enjoy the rain, James. Go enjoy the rain in the shitty weather. All right. You want to talk about doom and gloom here in the winter? Go enjoy Portland. You clown. Can't wait. And we would beat Milwaukee too. Because that backcourt's elite. Mm-hmm. That backcourt is elite with those two guys in your backcourt.
I do wonder if they could.
Who's number one?
Drew.
I do wonder if they could do
No. Who's the number one loser? If
Ben.
is two.
Ben.
In the NBA, yeah. One guy just flat out quit.
I do wonder.
One guy just didn't show up, Greg. Stop it. The one guy shoots too much, and the other guy refuses to do it.
Yo, you cannot
I take Ben over
smile.
James.
You are trying to not to smile so hard right there. I know for a fact.
I'll take Ben over
trying to
James
laugh.
twice on every day, twice on Sunday.
No. Stop. It's like 1A and 1B, but stop.
Dude, you're trying to fit your agenda, and it's not working.
That is
It's not
so
working.
egregious.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
hate
saying
Ben
that
as much as I hate James. I don't.
Well, that's egregious.
I despise
So you don't hate a guy as much as that he quit on your team?
It wasn't working anyway.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't, Greg.
Jesus
I can't,
Christ.
Greg.
No. He did. You're absolutely right. He did. But that's my hatred for James Harden.
Yeah,
That I would take Ben back over James Harden.
I do wonder if they could do a 3-team deal with the Clippers. Send him there if that's where he really, really wants to go. If that can facilitate a deal to get Drew, and then just send Portland a bunch of pieces.
I would love Drew to come back though.
Oh my god, it'd be the
Holiday.
most amazing thing.
Real quick, too, on the way out. Is Miami in the third spot for the wild card?
The Marlins. I can look real quick. 1 second.
I think it's still the Cubs, but I could be wrong. The Cubs have been losing games.
That's an understatement. I think it's Miami tied for third. I think they're tied. And Miami is a tiebreaker.
And Miami lost the first game of the
Right
doubleheader today.
now, Phillies are 1. Arizona is 2.
And Miami.
Chicago and Miami are both tied for the third.
But it's Miami. They're the ones listed ahead.
Yeah, because they're in the tiebreaker.
Oh, really? Because on MLB.com, they had the Cubs ahead of Miami right now.
Really? ESPN showed the opposite. That's funny.
Well, ESPN showed on the bottom ticker that they own the tiebreaker.
Okay.
What is the tiebreaker head to head?
I have no idea, but I really could do without Miami.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Well, hey,
if it's
rumor has it that if the Cubs and Marlins are tied at the end of the year, Steve Bartman's going to flip the coin to determine who gets it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Jesus.
Well, that starts soon, so that's exciting. We're back in the games.
October's back, baby. I love it. Thank God. Another year of baseball.
Maybe Miami's easier. You know, maybe Miami's an easier road than Chicago in a way. But all 3 games got to get played here anyway, right? There's no travel.
Yeah.
Right? There's no.
Yep.
There's
All
no
3.
travel.
If you're the home team, the wild card, all 3
Miami
of them are at
scares
your
me
ballpark.
though. But we wouldn't play them. We play the Diamondbacks.
No. Oh, yeah, we do. You're right.
Yeah, you get the Diamondbacks. The third wild card plays.
We get the second
Milwaukee.
wild card.
Fuck.
The Diamondbacks don't make me feel all warm and fuzzy either.
No, I don't like that one bit.
Especially Gallen going game 1. I know it'll be Gallen Wheeler.
Not only that, they can hit.
Oh man.
What are their splits away though?
Basically same as they're 41-39 on away, they're 43-35 at home.
Yeah, I was more thinking offensively.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah,
but whatever. It's semantics. It's semantics at this point, you know. But great show, boys.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
As always, we were brought to you by Royal Billiard, the premier game room store, the Delaware Valley. Go check them out. 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, PA, or go right on the web, royalbilliard.com. We thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. Go Birds, the road to 4-0. It's a 1 week at a time league. Let's go. Red October's about to start. The Flyers are almost here.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Holiday coming to Philly. Let's go. They're the things we're talking into existence. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And root in the 14 parlay. Root it in.
Let's go, baby.